Okay, I don't usually get in the dark liquor because Earlene come out. And Earlene holds no bars. And she be ready to fight. You know what? Co-parenting is like a new art that, you know, as a generation we've had to get really familiar with, right? Now, Gino and I, we have 3 kids together. Gino has 2 additional kids outside of that. So altogether we have 5 kids, right? But since I moved out, I've had to like learn to navigate what co-parenting looks like for us right now, right? What do you think about co-parenting? You said what? Yes, you are. He not no more, but I tell you, before, man, he used to be like, I'm here. Okay, get the video then if you want to. I don't care. I don't know, like, so, okay, so like the other day we had to take our son to do like a follow-up visit to the doctor's appointment. And I had, you know, come over here and I was like, okay, well, basically we could all, you know, ride together. Well, Gino didn't want to ride in my car. I don't know why, but okay. Nobody's got time for that. You know, we got to go, we got to get to this appointment, we got to make it on time. So I just pulled off and, you know, we drove in 2 separate cars. Kyrie rode with him and Cindy rode with me. But we did end up sitting down together and eating lunch and stuff like that. So, you know, there's some kinks that are still being worked out because sometimes Gino just be feeling some kind of way, you know what I mean? And I don't know why. I don't know what's there, but also I like to give a level of allowance and a level of understanding, you know, for multiple reasons that I don't need to discuss right now. Hey, Jacksonville, what's going on? I've been to Jacksonville a couple of times. One time it was just to drive somebody up there because I was doing Uber. And then another time was years ago. We went up there and then we ended up going to like Fort Matanza and some other places, St. Augustine and stuff like that. Anyway, like, I don't know. I feel like with the co-parenting thing, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real frank right in this moment. This moment be so frank, which I usually am, but you know, I'm saying it because I feel like what I might say, you know, somebody in the vicinity might look at me side-eye, right? Well, I might get a side-eye when I say what I'm about to say. I still feel that I do a great deal of what I did when I was here. The difference is I have to travel back and forth over here to do it, right? So for instance, like my sons, I noticed they were not, like when I moved out, they stopped going to school on time. Like they missed so many days last semester, right? So towards the end of the semester, I started noticing, and I had to get up in the morning, sometimes, some days, and drive over here and wake them up, you know? Like get up and go to school, right? I used to homeschool my kids, so they have a level of desired freedom. Sometimes I think they wish for the glory days of homeschool, and you know what I mean? Like so that they don't have to, you know, so that they don't have to get up and do the schedule of public school, right? But at the end of the day, y'all in public school now. So if you're in public school now, you got to follow those rules because they ain't about to come arrest me for shit, okay? So I will say that at the end of the day, being a mother, you take on the bulk of a responsibility when it relates to your children. And I'm noticing, because I decided that when I moved out, I was like, you know, until I get myself stabilized, kids are going to stay there. And then once I get stabilized, they're just going to spend halftime there, halftime at my place, halftime here, you know? So right now, sometimes I still come over here though. Like there was a period of time where I didn't come over here at all. Like I was just like, I didn't see Gino, but then I would come over and see the kids, as far as like I would come over and pick them up, or I would come over and chat with them or whatever, but I was not coming over here like regularly at all. And during that time, I did notice that my kids were really missing me. So, you know, I think that's the importance of having a decent relationship with your, you know, I can't even call it, Gino's not my baby father. Like he's my my husband. Oh yeah, he gave me the side eye on that one. He's not my ex-husband yet, but he's my husband right now, right? But right now we're not together, we're separated. And I think at the end of the day, having a good relationship with him is important to me, because I don't want my children to feel the turmoil of me and him going through difficulty. And what that looks like right now is just that if I feel like a conversation that we're having is leading to like an argument or something like that, I leave. I will see you next time, okay? I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow, okay? So you know what I mean? I just get up and go. I do that Irish goodbye too fucking well. I do a good Irish goodbye, baby. I do a good Irish goodbye. But also, though, at the same time, Gino's made very good strides as well. So, like, I don't know when it was, but like last week or something, Gino wanted to talk, and I was like, okay. Lately, when Gino wants to talk, I'm like, you know, my eyes be doing this, like, oh. So, but he sat down with me, and I can't recall if we were drinking or had a drink, but I think we did have a quick drink. And, you know, he was reaching for some clarity, and we got a little bit of clarity and understanding through that conversation. And I think it's important to have good communication, you know, with your baby father. He give me the look. I ain't no goddamn baby daddy. He give me the look because he like, I ain't no goddamn baby daddy. I'm a husband, right? But we're kind of in a space right now, so I wouldn't know what to call it. Estranged. Can I do estranged husband? Yeah. So my estranged husband, the father of my 3 children. The overlord of all. I think having a good relationship with your partner, or like your baby fathers, or estranged. I feel funny saying that. Estranged husbands, estranged, you know, baby daddies and stuff like that. I think it's really important, and it's more for the kids, right? Because at the end of the day, I still want my children to see what healthy love and respect look like, even in separation or in divorce, right? So I still want my kids to know what that all looks like, right? Because I'm the example for them, you know, at the end of the day. And although I've given them some terrible examples as of, you know, before I left here, we were giving them some really bad examples. You know, I'm working almost overtime to repair that so that they can see what healthy co-parenting looks like, you know? So that's the journey that I'm on right now. It's like figuring that whole healthy co-parenting thing out, you know, because Gino sometimes wants to talk about our relationship and what we've been through and all that. And I'll just be like, brother, we've had enough conversations to know that we're not getting nowhere with this conversation. We done talked about this to know we're not going anywhere. It's not going to happen, right? It's not working out. Okay, this conversation is not rounded out the way that it should, right? So, but at the end of the day, I still have to be, you know, the model and the example for my kids to know what that looks like, you know. And it can be difficult because right now I have my own kind of space that I'm working through right now, which is getting myself grounded. You know what I'm saying? Like getting myself grounded. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of at a space in my life where I'm like, no, I need to stand on my own 2 feet. And that's where I'm at. Like I need to stand on my own 2 feet regardless of what's going on. So that's another thing too. I've been for a long time. I was dealing with a lot of with spiritual attacks from some people, right? And there's something that went down with that, but I'm not going to bring that up or mention it. But I know in the back of my mind what went down, right, with a specific situation recently at my new place. But I'm not gonna even go there because you know what? I already got a solution and it don't fucking matter, right? Because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it worked out or didn't work out for good reason, right? Because I got a message from Spirit that all the moves that I make, all the things that I participate in, the things that I buy, or where I live, it needs to look like where I'm going, not where I've been. And when I got that message, that spiritual download, I was like, okay, Spirit. All right, bitch. Like, you got something in your sleeves up there for me? Okay, ho. You know, like, I see you got something going on up in that bitch, right? So that's another reason why I don't really fight shit. If something's happening in my life and something's being torn down, I know that it's for good reason. I know that it's because it's being wiped away and being torn down for something better to be erected, right? So something better to be built up in that place. Or to, you know, sometimes you don't knock down a place, sometimes you add to it, you renovate it, you expand it. So that's what I'm looking at life like right now. You know what I mean? Like, all of the things that I have experienced are for somehow in some way for me to experience even better. But I do think it's a thing of like Spirit needing to like get rid of all of the excess harmful energies that are around me. Interestingly enough, I had a conversation with Gino yesterday, and he feels a way that I didn't particularly feel. I'm gonna keep that to myself. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year. All right, I just started drinking. I can't go nowhere. I was about to say, I'm about to get on this road, and girl, you can't go nowhere. Sit down. I need to get me some water then so I can wash this down. Because now I feel like getting up and going, like, you know. That is one of the things that I have been enjoying, the get up and go about life. I've been sitting for a good minute, right? And even while I was sitting, I always enjoyed a good get up and just go, you know? So I used to take the kids to do all sorts of activities, things like that. And just over the last couple of years, it hasn't been like that, right? So I'm just glad to get back into activity and moving around and getting into shit, you know what I mean? Getting active in life, doing shit. Cause I hate sitting around just doing nothing. I hate that. It's like, I mean, some days it's good. Like sometimes it's what you need. You sit the fuck down and be cool, right? Like, but not all the time, forever. Like every day, always. Like, just come on. So, co-parenting has been interesting. It has been a space where because at the end of the day, you know, me and Gino was in a relationship for a very long period of time, and when we at the end of our relationship, it was kind of wrought with bullshit, right? Basically wrought with that karma loop, that karmic loop that I told y'all about, that was wrapping up, that had to wrap itself up. And that's kind of what came of it, right? Like that's what kind of came of it. That's how it all came to an end. I'm excited though about life. I've been considering some things. I'm not gonna say out loud what I've been considering because it seems like every time I say something about it, and then all of a sudden now I'm confined to my house for some reason. Not gonna do it, okay? So, but I am considering some big changes in my life. Some really big changes. Like I thought about going red the other day. I was like, maybe I should do red hair. So I love myself with red hair. What? I be knocking that red hair off, girl. That red hair be like, yeah, that's her right there. I love a good red. I've been doing red since I was a teenager, right? I love a good red. But anyway, you know, at the end of the day, it all comes down to how you proceed. Like, right, you're going to have situations, you're going to have relationships. Sometimes those relationships work out, sometimes they don't. When you have children involved, you got to learn how to co-parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to learn how to communicate with them and they communicate with you. And y'all have to learn how to, like, respect each other. And I think that's the biggest thing right there. It's about respect. I got it all figured out, y'all. I just figured it all out. At the end of the day, the success of co-parenting is about respect. Because if you respect me, you respect my time. You know what I'm saying? You respect my efforts. You respect what I'm offering to the situation. And if I do the same, I respect you, your energy, your time, what you're offering to the situation. Then any conversation can turn into a conversation where you guys can find a way to mutually benefit each other as it relates to ensuring that the children are taken care of, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really comes down to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really comes down to that. It comes down to respect. You know? It comes down to respect. My son works, right? And Gino drops him off to work. I pick him up from work. You know what I'm saying? Hey. And if I need to change the schedule, like, oh, I need to try to drop him off, I can always talk to Gino and say, hey, can I start picking him up? Or no, can I start dropping him off and you picking him up or whatever? He might gripe a little bit, but, at the end of the day, it comes down to respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to just expect that he knows that I need the schedule to change and then to start doing some shit differently, right? I'm going to respect him and I'm going to offer the option to him. I'm going to ask him to, make that change for me. I'm going to, initiate the conversation in a respectful manner. Therefore, he understands that this is a need that I have. You know what I'm saying? But by respecting his time, I come to him and I say, well, can you know what I mean, make this adjustment? I think sometimes people use children as a weapon. I'm not doing that. My kids ain't no motherfucking weapon, and they are not in the middle or in between what the fuck going on between me and you, bitch. Okay? My bad. Not to me. Not that I be talking to him like that, because I really don't, right? But my kids are not a weapon. My kids are not a pawn. And there will be no conversations, communications, or any interactions in which that is how we deal with this co-parenting situation. Not at all. My children are not no motherfucking pawn. And they not no goddamn, you know, it's not no token, you know, no goddamn tokens and access points and shit. Like, no. They're children. Whatever the fuck going on between me and you is between me and you. Them kids ain't got shit to do with it. Don't bring their ass in it. Don't use them for your get back and all that. No, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? Don't do that. And I think that comes down to respect. You know, it's very important to have respect. And especially for the person that, you know, that you have children with at the end of the day, right? So yeah, you know, that's what's going on around here. You know, my kid is about to graduate with honors. And today, my daughter, every day my kids say something funny. Every day they say or do something funny, you know. Something that makes you love them and things like that. Another thing that has to be remembered is that during a breakup too, the kids are healing too. And I think that's the thing that I just thought about that just now, because I was thinking about the fact that I was talking to my daughter this morning and she was kind of, well, you know, she has some energy on her. You know what I mean? And that energy let me know that she's in a space where she's decompressing herself, you know? And I assume the same for my sons. They're also decompressing with this scenario. It was my daughter that told me, Mom, you know, I respect, and I'm proud of you for being so mature. You know, she said, I respect how mature you were for just leaving and walking out, right? Like, that was really mature of you. But I did it for my kids, for real. Because at the end of the day, there's no reason why my kids need to see, you know, things going haywire for what? First off, me and Gino never really had that type of, no, I can't say that. That's a lie. I was about to say we never really had that type of rapport. No, we did. If we need to get down, we get down. For the most part, though, like, for the most part in our relationship, we've had pretty decent communication. I mean, maybe he didn't always understand me and I didn't always understand him in that communication. But we always made the effort to speak to each other about stuff. You know what I mean? Like, to say what's going on. Well, I always did. I don't know what Gino did. Sometimes he says he don't feel like he did, but, you know, it is what it is. What I have discovered, though, is that I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was about to say. Communication is important. Respectful communication is important too. It has to be, you know. And it has to be on both ends, not just one-sided. Some people seem to think that communication and like getting respect in communication is one-sided. Bitch, no. Fuck you mean. Disrespect me, you gonna get your motherfucking life disrespected, bitch. Fuck out of here with that shit. Fuck out of here with that shit. It ain't about you getting off and getting in what you need to get in, but you ain't about to do it disrespectfully, motherfucker, without getting disrespected back. Absolutely not. I don't even know why you thought that was okay. So yeah, I guess it's time for me to go. I got 6% left on my charge. Hey. Cool.